Hello, welcome to game 2 of my match against Nottoobad. They won the first one as my first player, so I'm playing from behind. Need to try to catch up here. Let's take a look at this kingdom. We've got draw, not a draw. A little bit of trashing with scrap. You can do some stuff with Night Watchman. Training could be good on like border guard. Your village ends up being captain, a captain or a diplomat, one supposes. Captain's a quite good card. Diplomat is okay with scrap. Probably your village ends up being no captain on border guard, which is what you play to. Getting training on border guard seems pretty good. You can get a bunch of those cycle through your deck. If you can get to expand fairly early, which costs 7, then you can expand coppers into border guard, I guess, get fairly thin. Maybe there'll be some play here for diplomats. I'm not quite sure. Scrap border guard seems like a pretty reasonable opening to me. You want to cycle around, turn those estates into like horse silver probably. That lets you hit 6, maybe 7. Turn 5. Yeah, I think just scrap border guard makes sense to me over scrap silver, just to cycle through faster to see the scrap, get the estates trashed. Once you hit, there's potential if you see scrap in the right hand to be able to get double border guard. With coin buy. 4 is a little bit awkward here. I think I will take a diplomat with the scraps and estates and stuff more likely to hit reasonably. I could also take a second scrap or another border guard. They took card horse, so they're going to be able to trigger a shuffle here. So they're going to be a modest amount ahead after turn 3, I suppose. Does that influence my decision at all? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the diplomat now. Because they saw their things turn 3 and not turn 4, they're able to trigger a shuffle here and see their scrap and their stuff faster, which is nice. I don't want my scrap to miss the shuffle, so I don't have that option. I'm going to pick up the scrap here, and I'll have 3, and I'll probably just pick up 2 border guards. Yeah, so coin buy, and then take 2 border guards. So there's a decent chance I'll be able to see scrap here and diplomat, get some stuff going. They've got an extra border guard that they've trashed an extra time. So yeah, they seem to be about a full turn ahead. Whereas normally we start, you start as first player about a half turn ahead. I take a silver and 2 more border guards. Yeah, that makes sense. Take the scrap here. Yeah, the lantern's quite nice. This is annoying. I bottom decked the thing. Here I'll take horse silver and the last border guard. I bottom decked the diplomat. And then drew it with all treasures, but hopefully I can play it and either hit 6 or 7 here. If I see the diplomat there, I can play it for the +2 cards, which is nice. They're able to move through the deck pretty quickly. They took the lantern from me. They have the key, or the horn as well. The key is the other one for the treasurer. They're pretty solidly ahead here. If I can spike 6 or 7 here, maybe I've got a chance. Yeah, we had identical openings. It really just came down to the turn, that first shuffle, and they were able to see scrap border guard turn 3, and I didn't see them until turn 4. And it's only, what, turn 6 now? So hopefully they don't, yeah, they're not hitting any sizable price point here. So if I can hit 6 here for training or 7 here for expand, yeah, this is fine. 6 here for training. Now I'll be able to have multiple buys. I'll be able to get an expand this turn. Potentially an expand plus something. Clumping all my money together there worked out for me. I assume they will try to get to a training this turn, which if they take the silver, you'll know that that's what they're doing. So they've got 6 to 4 border guard split, which means they'll in theory have 2. Their training is worth 2 more coins. So I've got to try to make it worth my while. Captain can't actually play border guards anymore because that pile's empty. So maybe there isn't a village effect to be had. Captain can play scrap, and then the second captain can play. I'm going to take the estate here. I do want to scrap it and get it out of my deck. Question is what I do with it. So I'm taking an action. I think I'm taking a horse here. Yeah, I think I'm taking a horse here. I'm going to try to get the expand going. The horse lets me move through the deck the fastest. Okay, just checking what they did. Yeah, they took training. So I do have another border guard down there, so that's good. I also have my Diplomat down there, which doesn't do very much for me. The other thing I consider is take a captain already, and maybe I end up expanding the Diplomat to a captain. We're playing the captain as what, scrap the first turn, and then when it comes into play, you're maybe playing it as scrap again. So you can activate the Diplomat. That all feels pretty terrible, but it seems like there's enough there that you can make it work. And no matter what, I want to take and expand. So I can also scrap horses, I realize, or expand horses. Scrapping a horse enables me to activate the Diplomat plus action, if that's what I need to do. They're left with both the key and the horn, or yeah, with the lantern and the horn, which I would really like to be able to contest. It's somewhat out of my control what I flip over, so. Unfortunately, when I took it the first time, it was very bad because it collided the two things. Decreased my search space to find the Diplomat. Although I guess, yeah, it didn't really affect the search space there at all. So they've got this lead on the border guards. I have this Diplomat. I don't know if that's really good or not. They do have I have the expand that they don't have. So the expand, the Diplomat versus 2 border guards. What turn did I take that Diplomat on? Yeah, probably that Diplomat turn 3 should have just been a border guard for 4. I was hoping to high roll with it, but if it was just a border guard, then although this turn when I took a single border guard, I could have taken 2 border guards that turn. There would not have been a border guard left, so I don't end up getting any more border guards with that play. They scrap the silver card by silver. Makes sense. They don't have any actions to draw dead. Yes, we're seeing here where I hit 8 last turn. They hit 11 this turn. They take a Wayfarer and an expand. I wonder if they're taking the Wayfarer purely for the and here I take the expand, I suppose. And here I take the silver. So no reason not to take the silver. The nice part about the Wayfarer is that they are able to... what is the nice part about the Wayfarer? They're able to scrap it for pretty significant effect, if that's what they're looking to do. Or they're able to expand it into something. So I didn't find my scrap. It's the bottom card of the deck. I don't want to trash the silver or the Diplomat here. I'm going to expand scrap into scrap and buy a captain. Try to get scrap stuff going. Try to get multiple actions in a turn going, potentially, with captain, Diplomat stuff. You can scrap the silvers, you can scrap the Wayfarers potentially if you can pick those up fairly cheaply. We'll see what they're able to do on this turn. I wonder if they're going to progress into a similar kind of thing that I'm building, if they think they can build it a different way, if they're just going to go for money-ish stuff. They didn't actually play the scrap. I guess the problem is you're always revealing border cards. You're never really increasing your hand size. The only way to increase the hand size is to either play a terminal draw card or try to decrease it with scrap. Or Captain coming into play seems like a way, because you can just open Captain on Oracle and see 2 cards. It doesn't seem terrible. Okay, they're going provinces. I feel like that is a bit slow, but we'll see. I still have to be able to take the lantern here. This is slightly unfortunate. This is all my stuff. Okay, I took the artifacts there. So I'm going to play here scrap the scrap for horse action. I guess coin. I want to make sure I want to make sure I can buy multiple things. Kind of hoping that I could still do a bunch more on this turn. Not quite, but I've got the Captain coming into play. I've got the expand. I think I'm going to take a Wayfarer and a scrap. And again, I'm looking to like potentially scrap the Wayfarer. Well, it doesn't quite have the intended effect, but yeah, I could also take a Diplomat and a scrap potentially. I assume they're just going to keep provincing now. So I've got to get some kind of engine running. Wayfarer seems like the best card for that. Wayfarer Diplomat, perhaps. Yep, top deck one of those. We'll see. I will probably play this as an Oracle, but we'll see. Again, it's going to be tough to get the village effect going, but perhaps that's not strictly necessary here. I do think I need to start provincing this turn because they've got the expand. If they can buy province, mill province, then the game ends pretty quickly. And perhaps the game is ending, and I don't have any way of catching up. But I didn't hit 8 last turn. Yeah, Oracle seems like a reasonable way to start the turn. They took the horn. Okay. The other thing would be scrap copper, but maybe last turn should have been a second Captain. I don't know, Captain seems like a good card. Okay, I play the Oracle. I will take both of those and discard both of those for them. A little bit sad to reveal all of that all at once, but okay, and as per the plan, do the thing there. It doesn't seem like I'm ever going to be able to activate this Diplomat, so I'm just going to turn it into a Captain now. Buy a province. And yeah, top deck that. I was able to flip over one of their border guards, but also the Night Watchman, which doesn't do anything for them this turn, so it seems at least possible that they will miss province this turn, but not particularly likely. I've got the captains now, and I can't expand a captain into province, so that's something to watch out for. Obviously, if they buy a province, mill a province here, I have to buy a province and hope they can't do the same next turn. And I do have this ability, yeah, to expand captain into province, which is not something they can do because they don't have any cards in their deck that cost more than 4. Oh, they have the Wayfarer, don't they? They do have the Wayfarer. They can't expand the Wayfarer into province, potentially. One of these cards I think was the expand. No, they discarded the expand. So trashing a silver. I'm interested to know what they have in their hand. They could have started with like a province or something in there. 2 provinces even, which means they were missing province here if they had like silver copper. But action horse. Card action horse. Okay, that seems to indicate that they did not have province in hand. So if they had scrap, silver, copper, province, that would not be a province. Okay, they draw the Wayfarer. So do they hit 8 here? They do. Okay. I'm going to lead on the horse. I'm going to take the captain. A little bit sad, but I need to do captain-y stuff. So I can take the scrap the diplomat. For action, coin, buy horse. And play the captain as a diplomat. The silver, I have a horse down there and my expand, so I think I'm going to play this. So I drew the captain. The question is, do I want to put the captain into play now and not have an expand target? I guess I just need to make sure to buy a Wayfarer this turn, which shouldn't be a significant problem. Or I could just take the horse and have the captain for next turn as an expand target. That makes more sense to me. Okay, play this horse. So I have to expand. I have 9 money, so I can expand silver into captain, buy a province. I can expand silver into duchy, buy a province. Expand silver into duchy, buy a province. So now if they buy a province and mill a province, I can potentially buy a province and gain a duchy, or something like that, for a tie. And if they just buy a single province, I could potentially buy a province and turn a captain into a province, although looking at the starting draw, that seems quite unlikely. Although I used both my horses. I've got, a bunch of border guards down there, so we'll see. These have not been great reveals, revealing copper province. They've got to take one of those. They've got a silver in hand, one of these two, which I assume would be copper, unless they're looking to mill, and a Wayfarer. So, we'll see here if they have another action or if they just end up playing the Wayfarer here. Dead draw, or if they just like buy a duchy or something. Which I'd be quite happy with because I have a bad starting hand. This border guard stack is quite nice when you get that early thinning going. And especially if you've got the thing that reveals 3, right? Then you're always seeing another border guard you're cycling through. But if you're only revealing 2 and you've got all these green cards and you still got all the provinces, it's not quite as nice. And you need more draw to get through the deck. So it looks like they've stopped here. We'll see what they're able to do. Okay, they took a duchy. Well, I think if I have any chance of playing, I need to draw. I guess I will take both of those and discard for them. All right, just keep playing the border guards, it looks like. So now I can consider what happens if I play this expand, but I can't possibly get triple, so I think I take this, try to get my captain into play. Bottom card is captain. Captain and expand together is a little bit sad for me. I was hoping to have those next turn. this discard pile is also pretty sad for me, although I get to put a border guard on top. So what's down there? I've got a scrap down there. I've got some coppers and green cards. So I guess I'm taking the captain no matter what. And now the question is, what am I doing with the captain? I could just play it as an oracle. I think the plan is to buy a province here and trust that my deck is doing all right. So, I don't know. I could play an oracle here. Get some card draw going. Yeah, get a clean shuffle going is what I mean. And then just buy a province. Discard. Top deck for them. I only have a single buy, but I don't think I can win if they double province. So I would have 18. They would have 33. I don't think I can win if they double province. So I'm going to take a single province now and dare them to province plus mill. And feel quite sad when I draw these 5 starting cards. Did I not top deck? I thought I had the horn going. I did not top deck even. So I basically need to see all my border guards in a row, followed by the expand at the end. Here, although I can draw, I get 4 search space with the oracle draw, so that's not terrible. I'm assuming they don't have a. I'm assuming they don't have a thing on the top, a border guard on top. Otherwise, they would have played it already. Or maybe they just stepped away because that was a bit of a slower turn compared to what we've seen so far. And we shall see what they're able to do. It could also be they have like the expand in hand and no border guards, and so they don't want to like play out treasures. They have to decide if they want to try to expand something. Oh, they had the horse in hand. Maybe they were thinking about scrapping it. Wayfarer is not quite what you want to see at the top here, although if they have the expand, then they can expand the Wayfarer into province, which is nice. But I think you'd rather see border guards in these reveals for the plus coin. I'm intrigued by this decision point. If you're worried you miss province entirely, then you take the copper, I guess. Just go through with coppers and hope to hit the expand. Yeah, so they found expand province into province, and they buy province. Okay. I was going to lose that game from turn 3, I think. So I feel good that I got close to it. But I needed another dead by them to come back for the win. So down 0-2, and we move on to game 3.